For years now, I've been on a quest to find true inner peace and to figure out where I'm supposed to be, to accept the solitude that life has brought me and to find a way to thrive in it. In recent years, I've turned to the outdoors to find what I'm searching for. Everything I've been through in life has brought me to where I'm at today.
And right here, right now, I feel like I finally found what I've been searching for so long. I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Good morning, friends and family. Welcome back to High Desert Adventures 208. Today, I'm attempting an overnight backpacking trip for the first time on a trail that I've wanted to do since I moved to Idaho a year and 2 months ago. And today, we are in the Sawtooths. We are using Iron Creek Trailhead to hike up to Sawtooth Lake. We're going to camp overnight, hopefully. It is a cold morning up here, somewhere between like 24 to 28 degrees. I'm definitely prepared, definitely excited, a little nervous, but we'll see how it looks when I get up there if I want to be able to camp overnight. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is literally a dream come true to be able to do this. So this is definitely the biggest test I've given myself. I've done day trips, but not overnight trips. Any overnight camping I've done has been in actual campgrounds. Oh shit. There's deer. Right over there. There's a little mule deer staring at me. First animal I've seen on the trail already. This isn't even in the wilderness area yet. This is still at the beginning of the trailhead. I do have my bear and mountain lion spray, emergency GPS all set up. Brought more than enough water. Packed out pretty well. Got everything I think I'll need and more. Yeah, any kind of overnight camping trips I've done, they've all been at designated camping areas and groups of people. So this is my first real solo experience deep in the wilderness like this. But it was pretty cool on the way up here. Driving up from south central Idaho, coming up through the Sun Valley, Haley and Ketchum area. There was like 3 muley bucks that crossed the road right in front of me. And then I saw in Ketchum what I think was a mama elk and a calf. May have even been a moose because it was freaking huge. Came right up to the highway. And then once I got up here into the Stanley area, there was 2 antelope or pronghorn that crossed the road right in front of me too. And then that mule deer right now. So we're seeing our fair share of wildlife already. I just hope I don't see any of the big dogs like moose, bear, wolves, or mountain lions. But as I was just saying, I got everything I need with me, and I do carry personal protection on my hip as well. It's a caliber that's got enough stopping power to put down a large animal. God forbid it ever comes to that. But this is stunning. It's freezing. I'm excited to get going on this trail. First stop is going to be at Alpine Lake. I've read that there's brook trout and cutthroat trout in Alpine Lake, so I did bring one of my poles with me. Brought a couple spinners. It's going to catch and release if I do catch anything, but if I could catch my first brook trout or my first cut on this trip, that would just be absolutely amazing. But that's the goal. Get up to Alpine Lake, hang out for a little bit, get up to Sawtooth Lake after that, set up camp, get some food in me. I brought 3 dehydrated meals didn't bring any pots and pans and cookware. Trying to pack light, but also I didn't want to bring food out here at the risk of attracting any animals, so just brought some dehydrated food, something that will smell a lot less, some easy to put down and get rid of the trash in a bag in my backpack. But looking over this way at the Sawtooths, you can watch all the videos you want about this area and this hike, but until you're here in person, it just doesn't do justice. These jagged ridges, jagged mountaintops. This is just absolutely stunning. Every adventure I say, oh, this is my most beautiful one yet or my favorite one yet, but this is already a bucket list kind of thing for me. This is absolutely beautiful. So I just ran into a gal on the trail. Started at the Iron Creek entrance like I did. And she's also hiking up to Sawtooth Lake and camping out overnight. And it's also her first time up here. So it definitely makes me feel a little better about the being alone out here aspect, just to know that there'll be other people in the general vicinity. So it's always good to know that there's other people around. You can still be alone in the wilderness, but still know that in the proximity that there's other people doing the same thing you're doing. So let's get back to the trail. Definitely getting some incline, some switchbacks now. Checking the All Trails app. Make sure I don't miss the spot to get to Alpine Lake. About 2.3 miles in. Elevation gain of only 500 or 600 feet, which feels like it's been a lot more. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes. Not bad. All right, so I stopped for a little pit stop on this log right here. It's a perfect height to get my back a rest my backpack on it, get some more hydration in me. We're about a mile away from Alpine Lake. We're getting pretty far along this trail already. It's about 9:30 in the morning, so probably about like an hour and a half into the hike. Starting to warm up a little bit, so I might have to take the sweater off here pretty soon, but this is just absolutely stunning. Still can't believe I'm here, and still can't believe I'm on this trail and in this area, and I only live 3 hours away from here. To get to come up here on my day off and spend a day in the wilderness, it's an absolute blessing. Elevation's probably around 7,500 feet up here where I'm at right now. But gorgeous, totally worth it. This is one of those must-dos. If you're into hiking and backpacking, you gotta come up here, gotta do this. So I'm gonna rest for a few more minutes, then get back to this trail and get up to Alpine Lake. made it to Alpine Lake after watching videos of this on YouTube for a couple years now. To actually be in here in person, it just blows my mind. It's so surreal. The hike was moderately challenging, but definitely worth it. Absolutely beautiful. See a couple of trout jumping around here and there, but as clear as the water is, I don't see more than just a couple little, like either rainbows or cuts or something like that. But still might hang out for a little bit, set up the pole and throw out a spinner and see if I can get anything just for fun. But still got about a mile ago to hike up to Sawtooth Lake, where I'm going to set up camp for the night. All right, well, I decided not to fish at Alpine Lake. Didn't seem like there was that many spots to fish from where I got to the lake at. And I only saw 2 trout. So maybe I'll check it on the way down tomorrow and fish a little more tomorrow. But for right now, back on the trail and we're heading up to Sawtooth Lake. Find our camp spot for the day. Made it to Sawtooth Lake, about 5.5 miles, 5.6 miles. Some brutal spots, some not so bad spots. And rather than continuing the hike that way up towards Alpine Peak and trying to find a different camp spot, just gonna take this one nice and flat there, right on the lake. It is at the end of the trailhead, so there's a lot of traffic right now, but there's nobody here at the moment. I think I might just set up camp and kind of claim this spot for now and see how the evening goes. All right, well, this is home for tonight. Gonna have a camp meal later on. On my pole, just in case I want to try my luck. Lantern there. 1-person tent. Minimalist sleeping pad, sleeping bag, a pillow, a little lantern up top. And I did bring some thermal base layers, another long sleeve, top and bottom thermal base layers, sweatshirts, beanies, gloves, and some sweatpants. But I did also bring emergency warm supplies too, in case it really gets that bad. But this is home for tonight. I think I'm gonna get changed into some cooler breathing clothes and go put my feet in the lake.
The water was bone-chilling cold, but it still felt really amazing, especially after that long hike up the mountain. Here in this moment right now, I feel just very overwhelmed with how grateful I am to be here, how blessed my life really is, and just how jaw-dropping these views are in person compared to seeing them online in YouTube videos.
Well, after I dipped my feet in the water, I decided to lay down, take a power nap, and that turned into a 3.5-hour snooze / resting session. I was kind of just laying here, looking out the window of my tent, watching the water move, listening to the birds, watching the bugs fly by. And it was kind of nice, kind of peaceful, but it was also nice to get out of the sun, get in the shade of the tent, and rest off that hike we did this morning. But it's 6 o'clock, sun's behind the mountains, and I am getting a little bit hungry, so I think it's time to make some dinner. And this is what I'm having for dinner tonight. Looks really good. Pretty excited. So, I really thought that I was going to want to fish the hell out of these lakes. I saw a couple trout in Alpine Lake. Some hikers from Pennsylvania told me they saw a lot of really good sized trout, bull trout, rainbows, possibly cuts. And I did bring my pole, did bring a couple spinners. But I don't know, once I got out here, kind of just lost the interest to fish. I mean, I plan on catching and releasing only anyways, but I don't know. It's just, you finally get out here for the first time after wanting to do this for so many years. And once you're here, you just kind of want to appreciate everything rather than disrupt anything. I still may fish here tomorrow morning, or I still may fish Alpine Lake tomorrow morning. But as for right now, kind of digging just the peaceful chill and enjoy the scenery and the sounds of nature kind of vibes. Definitely feels very peaceful. These tall, jagged peaks, these ravines, snow up on the higher parts of the mountains, just endless trails, huge pine trees or spruce or juniper or whatever the hell they are. I'm no expert on trees. Used to be, but not that kind. But yeah, I got my thermal base layer, t-shirt, hoodie, beanie. I'm gonna put on another pair of socks and a thermal base layer pants underneath my waterproof hiking pants. And I may make some coffee, but I didn't sleep too much during my power nap. It was more just resting, but I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of sit here and chill and enjoy the night and have some coffee for sure early in the morning. Because if you've watched any of my videos before, I always got to start the day out with some coffee. Can never get enough of that coffee. But I did drink more water than I thought I did on the way up on the hike today. And my Camelback is a little bit lower than I'd like it to be. And I was looking in my reserved water can, which is a half a gallon or so. And I think I have enough to have a cup of coffee, make my other breakfast, my peak refuel breakfast tomorrow morning, and then top off my Camelback for the hike down. And then worst case scenario, I do have one of those life straw emergency straws. So that's proven effective. I can use that in this lake or Alpine Lake or any of the little creeks on the way down. So worst comes to worst, nothing to worry about. But if I don't have to go that route and I could just drink fresh Arrowhead, non-purified drinking water, that's the way I go. Check out this scenery. See if you could feel what I'm feeling. There's my tent back there. There's some campers over on that corner over there, which I thought about checking out, but I did not want to go further up this way, up, around, and down all the way that way. When this site was right here on the trailhead and it was flat and I was whooped from that trail. I don't know if it was the weight of my bag. I don't know if it was just being sore from work or not feeling 100%, feeling about 90% coming into this adventure. But I started getting soreness and tiredness in my hips and my feet more than I've ever felt on any hike. But to be fair, I've never been this high in elevation. I think at the lake we're 8,000 feet above sea level plus, and the hike was 2,000 feet of elevation gain. So carrying a 45-pound bag plus all those factors, maybe that's what it was. But there was no way I was going to hike further once I got here. And there was no way that I was going to turn back around and go down the same day. So hopefully tonight isn't too freezing cold. When I got to the trailhead entrance at 7:30 this morning, it was, like I said, 14 or so degrees less than what the temperature said it was going to be. It was like 23 degrees or something. And it was damn freezing, especially for my warm-blooded ass. I haven't been in Idaho long enough yet to be used to all that cold stuff. But plus, I'm from 3 hours south of here, so we're only like 3,600 feet in elevation where I'm from. And it gets cold in the winter, but not as cold as it gets up here. So, yeah, I think that's enough blabbing on. I think I'm just going to sit here and soak this all in. I'll see you guys when it's time to go to bed. Well, I had an absolutely amazing day today. Still very surreal being here. Got all my thermal layers on. Got all bundled up in the sleeping bag. Hopefully it doesn't get too freezing cold, but time to go to bed. Good night. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. It is an absolutely gorgeous morning here. Almost messed up my coffee. I think my brain was still frozen from last night. It's amazing how somewhere so beautiful can be so harsh. I froze my ass off last night. I had a thermal base layer top and bottom. I had extra shirts, extra sweatpants, my waterproof pants, my hoodie, gloves, beanie, 32-degree rated sleeping bag, completely enclosed in, and I still froze my ass off. You can probably see it in my face. I didn't sleep a whole lot, but it's all part of the experience, right? I don't know if I'm gonna do any fishing today because I feel a little rough, but definitely gonna enjoy this lake and the scenery and the serenity a little more, and then pack up and head back down.
As much as I wanted to stay at this lake longer and soak in these peaceful vibes even more, the harsh reality is all these good times come to an end when we gotta get back to our daily grind, back to the 9 to 5, back to our jobs and our normal lives. I'm very grateful for this time I spent here at Sawtooth, and this is an adventure I will hold on to for the rest of my life.
Just like that, my Sawtooth adventure comes to an end. Just short of 11 miles, over 2,000 feet of elevation gain, a real eye-opening experience, and it was the most beautiful adventure I've ever done. I got a 3-hour drive back to Twin Falls, so tomorrow I get back to the grind at work, 3 a.m. Thank you guys for watching High Desert Adventures 208. See you all in the next adventure.
Until next time, Sawtooth Wilderness, I'll see you again soon.